sun can start and going down. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, no, start and going down. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, no, no.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, Just As TV. And as you can see from the thumbnail, this is Love During Lockup, episode 24, child. I am invested. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for clicking this video. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, subscribe. I'm on the road to 200. I'm like 15 people away from 200. So if I could get 15 of y'all to like the video and subscribe, I'll be at 200. Thank you very much. I appreciate you and I love you guys. Anyway, let's get back to the review. Child, so we piggybacking off of what we did last week. Love During Lockup, episode 24. So we start off with Teenie and Rob. They working out. Child, she don't like working out with Rob. They work out 3 to 4 times a week through the cameras to one another. She don't like working out with him because he pushed her to the max. He pushed her to the limit. Child, sometimes you need to be pushed, but I get it. You know, that's the same thing that Gucci and Keisha Kaur did. They was working out every morning. And, you know, I guess it brings a stronger bond. So they're trying to do the same thing, child. I say go for it. Whatever makes you happy, child. Whatever makes you happy. Rob is going to be home in like a month. So they all preparing for Rob's return. Right? Rob conveys to her, to Teenie, that he wants her to meet up with his mother. Now, she's a little bit perplexed because she hasn't spoken to his mother in like 3 years, I want to say, 3 or 4 years, or whatever. Now, the reason why they haven't been speaking was because they had a little faux pas or a little incident that happened. But I'm going to break that down to y'all. Rob called Teenie and said that Teenie should give his mother $500. She gave the mother $500 against her better judgment, but she gave it to her anyway because he requested it. The mother then did whatever she did with it. She spent it. I don't know what she did. I don't know what she did with the money. I don't know. But judging from the conversation that they had, that money went as soon as that money hit. I'm going to just say that. And we're going to leave it there, child. We're going to leave it there. So then Rob calls Teenie back and says, nah, don't give her the money. Give me the money back. So she had to go back to the mother and say he wants the money back. Now the mother is mad at her because she took the money back from her that he initially gave, that he requested that she take the money back. Y'all following me? Child, because this is a mess. The mother, Miss Kate, child, is more mad at the girl than she is the son. But we're going to get to that later. Anyway. He want them to mend their relationship before he come home. She's willing because she willing. You know, she all in. She invested in this relationship. So she all in. So they going for it. Against my better judgment, but I'm just saying. It is what it is. Girl, take the money and run with your 2 kids. But I'm just saying, I'm not giving anybody advice. You do what you want to do. You do what you want to do. We hop over to Joey and Michael. They kind of having a conversation because Joey finally sent the photo that they were requesting. And this is an old picture. They have a little kiki kaka about the picture. They move on. Michael's gonna meet Joey's mom because his mom is coming back from wherever she was. I can't remember where she was, but she's coming back tomorrow. So they're gonna do a little FaceTime with the family and they're gonna chat it up. Michael talking about he want to get married. He never discussed marriage with anybody before but Joey, so clearly it's different. Child. A manipulator is gonna say what they need to say to get you where you need to be, so that they can have you under the clause. Joey seems like he's having second thoughts. I don't blame him, especially judging from the conversation that he had with his family after the fact. I don't blame him. I would backpedal too. Anyway, child, let's move on. Then we come across a new couple. I'm gonna put it somewhere over here for you guys to see these 2 people. We got Shanta, who's 35, and True, who's 31. They knew. We just get introduced to them today because before we met the other ones. Now we got this one, right? He's coming home in a month. True is coming home in a month. Child, Homeboy was in jail for 12 years for robbery. Now, what the heck did he rob? That was my question the whole episode. What did he rob that got him, garnered you 12 years in prison, sir? 12 years in prison. Did you rob a bank? What in the world? But okay, let's push on. Let's push on, child. Let's push on. They met through her stepbrother. I would personally beat up the stepbrother and anybody else involved in that conversation for this meetup. But that's neither here nor there. That's just my opinion. We're going to move on. We're going to push on. They've never seen each other in person. Only through video chatting on phone. They've been engaged for a year and 9 months. I think they've been engaged for a year and 9 months. And her son had to present her with the ring. And he was wearing red. So that should have told you it all. Red flag. Number 1,000. It's up from here. It's up. It's up. Homegirl. I had to laugh at this because Homegirl already spent $30,000 on this boy in jail. $30,000 on this dude, right? And she wants to open up a restaurant. You, ma'am, you could have took that $30,000 and opened up a restaurant by now. My eyelashes is bugging. You could have took that $30,000 and opened up a restaurant by now, ma'am. Your restaurant could have been thriving. Even though they say a restaurant lifespan is maybe a year or two, within that time, you could have still made that $30,000 back, however you want to call it, whatever you want to do with it. But you could have took that $30,000 and invested it in yourself. But who am I? Who am I? I'm just a bystander. I'm a bystander. We watching. I'm watching y'all. Y'all on TV, child. Not me. Okay? She has a 13-year-old daughter. And she has a son that presented him with the ring. I said, okay, girl, okay, child, okay. Impressions is everything. She had a house in Kansas. She's selling her house in Kansas to move to Missouri. She moved to Missouri, I think she said a month. She's been living in Missouri. Her house is still up for sale in Kansas, so she's paying 2 mortgages. She said that's the hardest decision she made in her life, and it's costing her financially. How many red flags are we at now? How many red flags? Right now, it's a red banner. It's a red banner right now because there's so many, and I'm only 2 minutes in. Red banner. I'm just saying, it is what it is. Y'all tell me how y'all feel in the comments down below. Tell me if it's just me. It could be just me. Y'all know how I say it could be just me. True. Here's the kicker. Has never dated a black girl in his life. He named all the things that everybody else names when it comes to dating black women. He's never dated a black woman. Too feisty, too aggressive, too angry, too loud, all of the things that they say about black women. He says that's why he never dated them. Yeah, so he never dated a black woman because of all the things. Too loud, I'm not going to go through the list. That's what they say. That's what y'all believe. It is what it is. Y'all go with it. I'm going to go with it for this case right here. He's never dated a black woman, so why now? Why now? What made you change your mind now? At this given point in your life, and at the fact that you're in prison, and the fact that y'all met through her stepbrother, like, why now? That's just a question. I'm going to just pose that question, and I'm going to leave it there. I agree with her friend. Whoever this girl was at her house, the friend, the cousin, whomever this girl was that was at her house, even the little girl sitting next to her, I agree with them. Everything she said. A bunch of red flags. A bunch of red flags. They are both from the outside looking in, so they have different perspectives. And she don't see it that way. And this girl is 35 years old with a kid, 2 kids of her own. Tell me something. Tell me something, ma'am. Tell me something. We're going to leave that there. So now we get to Andrew and Candace. Candace got 5 days before her release. Andrew is still finished packing up the house. He has a 3-day drive to Vegas to go get Candace. And, they do what they do. Right? They on the phone. He told her he on his way. They got 3 days. She told him to pick up stuff on the way to pick her up because she likes stuff like that. He spent almost $300 in the store on stuff. He spent almost $300 in the store on just knickknacks for her on the way. And He spent about $700. He about to spend $700 on gas just to get there to get her. Okay. This girl is child. She stay in his pockets heavy. She stay in his pockets heavy. But he gonna feel it when she get out. It's gonna get worse. It's not gonna get better. Cause he already said he spent $12,000 to $15,000. And they only been together, I think last episode I said what, a year and some change or something like that. It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse. So she explains to us that she's been married twice and she has a son. Both of them have both parents have visitation. So what were y'all both doing that y'all neither one of y'all got custody of this kid? She says she's gonna stay in Vegas until she's granted the documents for, full custody of her son, which will probably never happen. But okay. For shits and giggles, we're gonna play with this situation. She's not moving to Jersey until she's given those papers. How long is that going to take if you've given it, that you got to go back and forth to court and prove that you are fit to take care of this kid, and you have a record? You might not even get a job because of the fact that you have a record. Like, how does that work? But how long is that going to take? But he said because she put in her paperwork that she's willing to relocate, if she gets out of prison and says that she doesn't want to relocate, it's going to be a shock to him. Well, clearly you're thinking about the fact that she might get out and say that she's not going to relocate because you made that statement. So we just going to play along with you and watch. I'm watching just like you. We're going to wait. Okay, so the thing that kind of annoyed me about Candace was Candace is a self-proclaimed empath. Now, coming from an empath myself, I'm an empath. I know I'm an empath. Like I told y'all before, I did the work, I studied, and did everything I needed to be. She listed out traits that are not conducive to an empath. Certain ones are, but her entire definition of an empath, that is not it. That is not it. Empaths initially start out as people pleasers. She does not fit the profile because she has this grandiosity of herself. And then she also has this something about herself that where she has to be, number one, she has to be taken care of. You have to do what she says or else. Empaths are not like that. And that's not how it works. Because you say you take energy from people, which empath, that is a main characteristic of energy. We move with energy. And that's a main characteristic. That is not all. And that's the only thing she listed. So she's not really an empath. And I don't like the fact that she's using that as a tool to garner his sympathy because of his complexities. She's not. So just pay attention to that. And it annoyed me that she even made that statement. She probably learned that term when she was locked up, and she uses it to manipulate people. But she's not. I can see through her off top because I am. So I know the difference. But it is what it is. We move on. We're going to push on Joey. We come back to Joey. So Joey's about to meet the family. They all gathered around. They voicing their concerns, which is genuine concerns for his well-being. The fact that he is he used to be on DRUGS, and he could possibly relapse. Those are genuine concerns that a family should have for somebody who is in this predicament. He is a repeat offender, Michael, and Joey is very susceptible to that because he shows signs of depression. He shows a bunch of signs of somebody with a lot of vulnerability, and people with vulnerabilities, like a bunch of them stacked on top of each other like Joey, is susceptible to somebody could come in and easily coerce them to do whatever. So the family showing genuine concern, I can see that, and I agree with them. I would show concern as well because Michael is a walking red flag. It is what it is. Joey, again, remember, he's 46. He's been living with his family for 10 years, his mother and dad for 10 years. He sends this dude $50 a week on his books in his commissary. And the brother said, oh, it's like beneficial for him to keep you around at this point because you were paying for him. And you know what you could do for $50 a week? And so that's $200 a month, and sometimes even $250 a month. You know what those people could do in jail with $200 a month? A lot. A lot. A lot. So the sister revealed to the family at this family dinner that Michael has already relapsed once. So Michael confessed that he did relapse once at 5 months ago, when right before Joey relapsed once. I apologize. I'm getting them mixed up because it's two men, so I apologize. Joey did relapse once 5 months ago when right before Michael went to prison. He did a needle or whatever, and he said that Joey was there to comfort him. But the point that Joey is missing from me is, he said that Michael was there to comfort him. But the point that Joey is missing from me is, he put you in that position. You didn't show up to that hotel with those DRUGSs. He put you in that position because he is still doing DRUGS. So for you to say that he rescued you and now it's your turn to rescue him, I think that's a little bit backwards. That's why I say that Joey is susceptible to coercion, because he said he wanted to feel something and he felt lonely, and that's states of depression. He needs to figure out if that is a path that he's willing to take. Anyway, sorry. I hate nosy people, but anyway, we're gonna go with him anyway. So that's when we find out that Michael is that Joey relapsed with Michael, and I don't think this is a safe situation. The family doesn't think this is a safe situation. They all worried. They're all crying. The father didn't even know. He was shocked that Michael relapsed. Nobody knew that Michael relapsed but the sister. So that's why she felt like she needed to address it now, here and now, in this situation. And I just feel like it's sad that we're going to have to take this roller coaster ride with Joey because Joey don't see it. But it's okay. It's okay. We'll get there. So we jump to Ayana. Now, Ayana is still hanging on to the fact that she might have to serve 2 weeks, which is 15 days to 90 days in prison. She has a 2-year-old baby running around. And her main concern is the fact that she's not going to be able to speak to him while she's in prison. Not about who's going to take care of her kids. No, none of that stuff, because she didn't mention that stuff. Her main concern was them not being able to speak while she is in prison, because the prisoners are not allowed to speak to one another. I think she was in Johnson Cabaret. I'm just going to be honest. I think she was one of the girls in Johnson Cabaret, and she got kicked off like real soon. I can't remember, but her face looks so familiar to me. I don't know. Y'all drop that in the comments. Let me know if y'all know if she was in Johnson's Cabaret. I can't remember. So she has to go speak to a social worker. So she goes to speak to this social worker about anger management. Anger management issues, because she's in jail for the assault and then also for driving while, she was doing that. She says, when she speaks to the social worker, she says she doesn't have anger management issues. She has an attitude, right? And mental issues. And she's not angry. She just has daddy issues. So I want to say that she seems to me like a person who seeks validation through other people. Like, she cannot be whole without a man in her life. I feel like she's one of those women that needs a man around her all the time, in her life all the time, no matter what shape or form. It comes in toxic, non-toxic, whatever the case may be is. I feel like that is the type of person she is because of those statements that she was saying to this social worker. She said the last time she seen homeboy was 3 years ago. She gets a call from her lawyer. Her lawyer said the judge changed the date from a Monday to a Tuesday. That was the day she was supposed to go and see him. So she gets a little bit upset and she starts crying. So that's what gives me the inkling that she is one of those person or people that they get their validation from men. But that's what she seems to me as, right? And she says that her mom took off that Monday, so she's gonna try to see if her mother could take her that Tuesday instead. But the real reason why she was upset was because she's not gonna be able to go see him on Tuesday, which is crazy to me, because you're more concerned about seeing him than you are about the well-being of your children and making sure you're okay. Like, take care of you first and your kids first, and then you take care of them. But it is what it is. She seems like, to me, I've met many people like her that just keep coming up with 1,000,001 excuses. She has an excuse for everything. Everything under the sun she has an excuse for. And I've come across plenty of people like that just, oh, well, but this, oh, well, but this, oh, well, but this. Oh, because she changed the subject around her anger issues like 4 times. And I was just like, where are we going with this? But that's where the 1,000,001 excuses come from. Stuff like that. Anyway, but it is what it is. She seems a little bit overwhelmed because she keeps saying she has to do this, she has to do this, she has to do that, she has to do that. But I mean, that's welcome to the life. Welcome to the life. Welcome to the life. So then we finally cut to Teeny again, which is meeting up with Rob's mother, Kate. Now, off rip, Kate is angry. You could tell she's upset, angry. How you 3 years and you still harboring these feelings? 3 years? Child, like this angry, the amount of angry that she's showing when they cut the cameras to her, it's like it's fresh. 3 years ago, but it's like it's fresh. But I mean, it is what it is. You can't tell people how to feel. You can't tell people how to feel. So we gonna roll with it, right? She's not happy at all. And my whole thing is, if you're not happy and you didn't want to be here, then why did you come? Why did you meet up with her anyway? You could refuse. You don't have to meet up with them, I don't think. You can refuse. But she came anyway, and she starts talking, and she's telling her, oh, she's mad at how things went about it. She got to accept her because her son married her, and at the end of the day, she got to deal with him because that's her son. We understand all of that, but guess what? You're more mad, ma'am, at her than you are at him. She was only the messenger. You cannot shoot the messenger. You can't. You can't. She was just the bone carrier, the messenger. That's it. And you more mad at her than you are at him. He told her to give you the money. He told her to take it back from you. She's the one that was just doing what he asked her to do. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I mean, let me know. But he's the one who told her. So you should be mad at him. He's the one who's triangulating this relationship. It's him. And then you're toxic, but on top of it. He's the triangulator, not her. You can't be mad at her and get your feelings, take your feelings out on her when he's the one. Girl, go sit down somewhere. Go do something with yourself, miss. Ma'am, I promise you she one of these pick-me moms. Because then she starts talking about how she should have reached out to her. But your son holds the responsibility to reach out to you and explain to you what happened. All it took for him was to say, Ma, I know I initially told her to give you the money, but I need that for something else, so I had told her to take it back. And then it puts the onus on him and not of her. So that's him showing up and not protecting her off rip. Because if you could let him, if he could sit back and let her take the brunt of his mother's anger, and that was his doing, then that just shows you a lot about him as well. But y'all judge how y'all want to judge. I'm not judging. Whatever. It is what it is. Then she starts bringing in his ex, Michelle. Talking about, oh, Michelle looked out for her, and y'all in a financial position where y'all doing good, and I'm not doing good, and I'm taking care of my mother. Miss, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Nobody's not supposed to give you handouts and take care of you. Going were the days where people have to do that. You have to get yourself up and take care of yourself. That's not her problem. And however Michelle treated you, that's not her problem either. And there's no way that you should be bringing up Michelle in this relationship, like in this conversation at all. So I would have got up and walked away too. First of all, I wouldn't even have the conversation, and I'm just being honest. Because this hypothetical scenario would have never happened. Because we are not doing this. You are not in jail. My man ain't in jail. I'm not sending nobody $500. I'm not taking care of nobody in jail. And I'm not having no conversations with nobody, mother. And you in jail. Like, it wouldn't have never happened. So I'm not even going to present the hypothetical. It just wasn't happening with me. But you mad at the wrong person, ma'am. The wrong person. And I'm going to need you to get that together. You're going to have to figure that out. Because and then you bringing up the girlfriend and talk about how well the girlfriend took care of you and the fact that she was taking, checking up on you and making sure you are right. That's not her place. That's your son's place. And if y'all was on that relationship, if y'all had a relationship like that, then maybe she would. But because y'all not on a relationship like that, why would she? Because I wouldn't either. And the way you acting and the fact that you could clearly see that you constantly want money from her, but she got 2 kids to take care of. She can't take care of you. Your son is supposed to be doing that. And whatever moves he making in jail, if he providing money and he's set up financially for when he get out of jail, that's on him. He needs to be set up to take care of you properly, not her. She got 2 kids of her own to take care of. It seems like she just want money. And she mad because that girl is not providing it to her. She's one of those moms. And girl, I'm telling you now, this not going to end well, especially with a mother like that. You better run. But that's my spiel. We discuss. We're going to be back for episode number 25. This is episode 25. Thank you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.